So just the other day, there was another mass shooting. This was in Louisville, Kentucky, and I guess from what I've seen, the guy was gonna lose his job at the bank, couldn't handle it, got his gun, and came and shot up the place. He killed five people, injuring nine. One of them being a rookie cop who got shot in the head. He was in critical condition. Not sure what his condition is now. Hopefully he's still alive and pulling through. Um, but I'm looking at pictures of this guy and he looks well off. The motherfucker has a big old like a blue suit, blue tie, and it's just like what the fuck, man. He looks like young. He looks attractive. He's a handsome man, right? Like looks like he's well off. Looks like it's probably not hard for him to pick up girls. Um, I just don't understand where his mind was. Like, was that job so important, or yeah, so important to him that losing it was gonna be the end of his life, and so it would be the end of other people's lives. I feel like to me, it's always like the most privileged, right? That lash out against the innocent. It seems like, like a rich person gets a gun and shoots people. You know what I mean? Poor person gets a gun and steals. It's a common thing. It's a common occurrence. It may sound like, oh, that's just racist or whatever the hell, but no, it's kind of true, man. Like I don't think nobody in the hood, unless they're like gang members and they're like they got a gun, they're like, yeah, now to kill the ops. Understandable. That's like a confined thing. If you're part of that gang life or within the gang trade, right, for drugs and stuff like that, then yeah, you're probably gonna be a target or you're gonna be hit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like for the most part, like yeah, I'm gonna go steal with this gun. But if it's a middle class, well off gentleman or girl, I guess nowadays with the trends, um, like all of them are with guns that they've bought, fully automatic, semi-automatic pistols, guns, rifles that they've bought, legally obtained under their name. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, oh no, we gotta ban guns. No, that's great. If that like don't ban guns. I mean, it would have been. Imagine if people were armed. If there was more security or just more bank tellers with guns, that guy wouldn't have. He probably wouldn't even have thought to go back to his job and shoot up the place, right? You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, this was an inside job. He knew exactly how the people were gonna react to him walking in. You know what I mean? The guy was live streaming on Instagram doing this. That would be an interesting video to watch or to find. But but yeah, I feel like if someone was concealed carrying, you know, that guy would have killed two people max two people. You know, they don't do this shit in Texas. They don't do this shit in Florida, right? Like they tried in Texas. They tried. This one guy tried in Texas at a church, bro, and he pulled out the gun, and because they know gun rules, the guy with the gun that killed the suspect waited for him to shoot, right? And unfortunately, he killed the person, but the guy, as soon as he shot him dead right in the face, dead. No one else. Maybe he could have reacted and prevented someone, but then that would have been a whole lawsuit against the guy at the church because the guy just brandished the weapon, but he didn't shoot, right? If he didn't and he shot him in the head, right? It would have been the old man's fault. But he, responsible gun owner, understands the laws with guns, saw the gun get shot first, then answered back with a shot of his own that killed the guy. Shit like this does not happen in Texas. Does not happen in Florida, bro. It does not happen in states like that. It'll happen in California. It'll happen in Kentucky. It'll happen in New York. It'll happen in all these fucking gun restricted areas, you know? Protect yourselves, people. There's crazy people out there. And you know what? There's crazier people in power trying to take away our rights, our way of defending ourselves, right? All right, so let's there's a short. Let's watch this short.
We have a break room, and I got in there and shut the door for a second, and then I was looking around I opened the door to see where he was at, and I could see him still shooting. I didn't see his face, and then I took off running out the front door. An assault rifle, and just we heard a click, and the lady next to me turned around and said, "What the hell?" And then he just started shooting.
Describe that again. Everything that you saw.
He just started. He had a long assault rifle, and he just started. You hear the shots just start firing.
The fart.
Like?
I didn't see his face.
Were you in a meeting?
Yeah, we were in the back conference room. Whoever's next to me got shot and hit bloods on me from it.
Yeah, I was in the elevator. I just walked right past the conference room where everyone was. And then I came down and I had to grab something, and then on my way back up to the elevator, I just hear this loud. I thought there was like something like dropping because they were doing some construction or some renovations in there, and
Yeah,
I got up there and the guy was like, "Run! There's a shooter!" I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, we have a break room. And I got there and
Fuck. I wonder what that something was. I'm pretty sure it was money. Lots of money. But yeah, this is what the guy looked like right here, down here. This guy right here. This guy right here. Look at him. Look at him. No fucking way, bro.
Have you heard of the powerful method to achieve almost 20/20 vision without surgery?
No,
the
I
best
have
part
not.
is that it is so
Not
easy to
interested.
At 8:38, there's a report of shots fired at Old National Bank. Officers were on scene within 3 minutes. The suspect shot at officers. We then returned fire and stopped that threat. The suspect is deceased. This is the only time that I will mention the suspect name in this case. The suspect has been identified as Connor Sturgeon, white male, 23 years of age.
23 years of age. White male, 23 years of age. I'm not trying to make it a race thing or whatever the fuck. But y'all are winning with this category. But 23 years of age. I guess his brain wasn't fully developed, right? It's at 25, your brain's fully developed. But 23 years of age. He had a bank job. Come on, bro. Fuck. Get another job, bro. Call it quits. Get another job. Supposedly, like from my understanding, he was gonna lose his job and he was gonna lose his job and then pretty much reacted in this manner, you know. What we know about the suspect. I think this is
Another name that came out of this, and the interim chief there with LMPD said she's only going to say it once, and that is Connor Sturgeon. That is who police have said walked into that board meeting and opened fire.
23-year-old shooter. They say he was an employee of the bank, and there's actually a developing situation right now that we want to bring you to. For police, this investigation into who the shooter is and what he did, that really starts with possibly Brooke at his home.
Yeah, so the home registered in his name. We are actually there, and we have been for some time, as well as our Travis.
The home registered in his name. The guy was 23 years old and had his own house. What the fuck?
In the Camp Taylor neighborhood, you can see where it is in relation to the shooting itself. And again, Travis is there watching as some of the teams started ramming in the door just moments ago. Travis?
That's right, Brooke. It was about 45 minutes ago, maybe about an hour ago at this point. We were here just waiting, and then we saw an LMPD SWAT car roll through. The officers knocked very loudly on the door 3 times, and then they went in. They went inside. Maybe we're in there for about 10 or 15 minutes or so. I'm going to step aside now. The scene has calmed down a lot. We believe that it's only a forensics team here at the moment, but if we do have the video of the officers arriving, I hope we can pull that up right now. The officers went inside, maybe about 20 of them in full tactical gear. They came out. They weren't really carrying anything, is one thing we noticed. You know, they didn't have any big filing boxes or anything like that. After the officers came back outside, they did go inside with a canine team, a German Shepherd, and then that dog came back out quickly. You know, a lack of bringing things out of the house, at least as far as we saw. But there is a forensics team here now on scene at the moment. I'll just reiterate what we know. We came here because we heard that this could be a possible location where the shooter lived, and we now have that confirmed as Connor Sturgeon. So Interim Chief Villarreal giving us that news and confirming why we are here at the scene. This is what one woman said when we arrived here on scene, just about kind of the chaos that was happening in her usually quiet neighborhood.
I don't think I'm going to let her go walking like I have, and definitely she takes my 4-year-old nephew to the school park. Unless I'm with them at this point, I don't think that I'm going to let her out.
Yeah.
So a lot of activity has transpired here since we did that interview. LMPD SWAT came. They have now gone. They've handed the scene over to another team at this point. We've asked the district court office if we can get a copy of any search warrant they may have needed to go into this property, but we're still waiting for that at the moment. But a lot of activity here at this usually quiet home in the Camp Taylor neighborhood with that large SWAT presence about an hour ago. Reporting live in the Camp Taylor neighborhood, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.
Yeah, he had his own home, guys. That's crazy, under his own name, and so, like, from my understanding, he was gonna lose his job, and he snapped. What? Why? How? Get another job, bro. I remember, like, bro, if I lose my job, I'd be like, thank you, fucking unemployment. Thank you very much. Dog, fuck. Fire. I'd rather get fired than quit. I'm getting unemployed and you working. We making the same shit. Shout out to Immortal Technique. But yeah, bro, like, what the fuck, bro? What the
it's
fuck?
It's $6.80 with my code, right? Per meal if they get a 21
I think this
meal
is the
box.
video I was watching that where it says that he was going to lose
meal
his job.
box. There's
Well, Sheriff, police tonight say that they had no prior contact with this gunman. Apparently, he'd never been in trouble with the law before. His coworkers, though, say he was about to be fired. He left a note to his family. Then he went inside this bank with a rifle while live streaming on Instagram.
Who the fuck, dude?
The FBI and ATF tonight on the scene at the home of the Louisville gunman, looking for clues to his deadly rampage.
Bro, like, if I had snapped like that, there's gonna be so many thoughts in my head. It's like, well, what would my mom think if I do this? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to, like, shame my parents, right? I don't want the world to think, oh, bro, like, they raised a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I feel like that's what black folks and Mexicans got in common, and Asians. You know what I mean? We care what our parents say. You know what I'm saying? White folks, not so much. I used to have a friend, Wayne, and he used to, fuck you, Cheryl. That was his mom's name, bro. Like, what the fuck? My first baby mama, she's like, you know, she's dark Mexican, but she's like really whitewashed, right? And she calls her mom Linda. You know what I'm saying? All right, Linda, whatever, Linda. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, call your mom by mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I think it's an American white thing, a white American thing, you know. But yeah, bro, like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck?
At the Old National Bank. Frantic employees were hiding inside the bank vault, gunshots still popping as police stormed the bank in downtown Louisville.
Let's be clear about what this was. This was an evil act of targeted violence.
Of terrorism, bro, of terrorism. That was an evil act of terrorism. But he's white, so they're not going to say that.
5 dead, including the gunman.
He had a long assault rifle, and you hear the shots that start firing.
The bank vice president, close friend of the Kentucky governor, was one of the 4 employees killed.
He was an incredible friend. Tommy Elliott helped me build my law career.
Tough.
Helped me become governor. Gave me advice on being a good dad.
Investigators say the 23-year-old gunman, an employee of the
Look at
North
this
National
young, healthy, strong-looking man, bro. With his whole life ahead of him. 23 years old. Oh, my man, bro. What the fuck is going on in your head, Connor? Sturgeon? Fish-ass motherfucker.
Bank was about to be fired. He left a note to his family and was live streaming the attack on Instagram. Police were on the scene within 3 minutes.
And for my LMPD officers who took it upon themselves to not wait to assess everything, but just went in to stop the threat so that more lives would not be lost. Thank you.
Rookie officer, 26-year-old Nicholas Wilk, was one of the first to confront the gunman. He was shot in the head and is in critical condition.
Tough.
Just graduated from the police academy on March 31st. I just swore him in, and his family was there to witness his journey to become a police officer.
The 4 killed have been identified as 63-year-old Tommy Elliott, 57-year-old Juliana Farmer, 64-year-old Jim Tutt, and 40-year-old Josh Barrick. The FBI and state police have already joined the investigation, right now focusing on the gunman's mental health, his social media footprint, and how he got the rifle used in the shooting. Local authorities
he owns a house.
focused on the
He owns his house. He probably just bought the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
victims and their families.
Worked at a bank, had enough money.
3 of the injured still hospitalized right now in critical condition, including that rookie officer who went through brain surgery earlier today. By the way, no customers injured because the bank was not yet open for business. Happened about 8:30 there this morning. Court and Share.
Wow.
Hopefully that officer pulls through, Sandra. Thank you.
Wow. So this fool just went on a rampage to kill his co-workers. He's like, oh, you're going to fire me? Well, fire this. What an idiot, dude. What an idiot. Oh, man. Man. Dumb. Dumb. I don't know. Like, my word of advice for this kind of situation, if you want to end it in a bang like that, especially for a bank or a place that you're working with, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go and kill people. You want to be a criminal? Don't do that. Be a white-collar criminal. Steal money from them. Embezzle. Fucking make it worthwhile. Go to jail. Realize what you did. Come back out. Have some money maybe. You know what I mean? If you stashed it right. Don't do this. Fuck. Tough. Alright. I'm out. Like and subscribe, I guess. It's shitty.